I will be playing the new event called Operation Downpour Simulation. In a corner of the Court of Fontaine, Terena and Engine, members of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, have set up a new tabletop wargame. The stage is set for you to show off your tactical brilliance. Why are all the events in Fontaine again? Fontaine and Mondstadt were the features of this patch. Select your game pieces and place them in deployment zones. This will allow you to summon corresponding combat units. Each deployment can bring forth a single game piece or a squad of game pieces. Deployed pieces will lock on to targets based on their own traits. Searching for an attack path. Melee pieces will try to loop around obstacles when they encounter them. If there are no valid targets outside a sealed space, they will attempt to destroy the wooden palisades. Ranged pieces will fire over obstacles. Scenario victory is achieved when attacking game pieces destroy their defending counterpoints and installations on the opposing side. Let's talk to them. How's your marksmanship, Terena? Oh my god. That really flew over my head. The first option is rude, but for curiosity and completion's sake. Let's talk to the Melusine. Engine. She's cute. Failure is the mother of success after all. What's up with Trina and the newbies? That makes sense. They're huge chatters. Seems like you've known Trina a long time. Perhaps she was just being humble. Good luck whipping the new recruits into shape. Okay, Operation Downpour Simulation. In a corner of the Court of Fontaine, I think I already read this. Preset. Frontline formation. As the most basic units in battle, ordinary soldiers make up the backbone of any frontline. In the first preset scenario, therefore, we'll start out by familiarizing ourselves with these fundamental units. Ranged, AoE, cannot target flying. Units caught off guard can suffer significant losses, weakening their overall fighting ability. A wise commander, however, might opt for a more strategic approach, such as striking from the air beyond the wildflower's reach. But I have two land ones. The primitive wandering inhabitants of Teyvat's wildernesses, they are tribal warriors with a simple belief in the power of their physical prowess. Compared to the massive Minotaurals, they are far nimbler. In battle, their club-wielding style of fighting is more similar to ordinary soldiers, and they can sometimes even cooperate well with their companions, making them an excellent sample for researching team fighting tactics. Electro-Somatrals. While their attacks are ferocious, they are fragile. A ranged game piece that fires icy spikes, dealing crowd damage to enemies in a straight line, can only attack ground game pieces. Electro-Somatrals. Ranged 2. They cast spells that target the ground, dealing high damage to single targets. A game piece based on Electro-Somatrals. A wizened, mumbling hilichurl, one that chants of the power of Electro. For reasons unknown, they had mastered the secret of harnessing thunder and lightning. Electro often plays a pivotal role on the battlefield, and effectively using the effects created by its power can yield considerable advantages. Using these commonly found electro-summonals as a starting point to research electro-based tactics not only acts as a cost-saving measure, but also allows for steady, incremental progress. What's this? Can I see? No, I cannot. Oh, even the furniture has flavor text. Command Center. With no offensive capabilities of their own, they must be protected at all costs. If the enemy destroys your core nodes, they will gain a substantial amount of destruction progress. A large tent-like installation that represents your command center. There's a saying about cutting off the head of the snake to achieve victory. In an evenly matched battle, both sides should know to attack weak points, and so the side with the tighter defenses will be able to hold on until victory. Forward base. They must be protected. If the enemy destroys your secondary nodes, they will gain a considerable amount of destruction progress. Important installations like forward bases are key to the expansion of the battlefront, with their balance of power shifting based on their control. Wooden Palisade. A temporary obstacle that can be destroyed, designed to impede enemy movements or restrict their path of advance. A wooden palisade that represents a temporary obstacle used to obstruct the attacking force's advance. While cheap to build, they are extremely fragile against units with the barrier breaker ability. From the attacking commander's perspective, using such units to open up gaps at a critical moment could be a strategy well worth considering. Okay. Drag avatars to see preview. The game pieces on the defensive side cannot move. When attacking pieces enter their range, they will automatically attack. Press a game piece to view its attack range. Oops. Oh, here. Can I just do that? So I can. Outside of deployment. Oh, it can only be here. It's weird that I can't put it down there. Yeah, let's attack that thing. I guess you can't really redirect them once they're there, which is interesting. Thrust and volley combined. As warfare evolves in nature, coordination between various types of troops is becoming increasingly vital, with each complementing and offsetting the other's strengths and weaknesses. It would be wise, therefore, to use melee and ranged game pieces in each other's support. Okay, we have Treasure Hoarder Pyro Potioneer, a ranged game piece that throws regent bottles toward opponents dealing AoE pyro. When a ground opponent is hit, a burning zone will be left on the ground, dealing continuous pyro damage. A member of the decentralized criminal organization that has footprints all over the continent and even deep within unknown domains. Risk-takers who utilize their knowledge of chemistry to mix volatile and flammable brews that aid in their comrades' dastardly deeds. Though as individuals, their combat skills are completely unremarkable, the pyro-element regent bottles they hurl create dangerous areas that continuously burn, giving them the ability to effectively pin down their enemies. By making use of this ability, a wise commander may be able to develop a variety of new tactics. Large Hydro Slime. An elite ranged game piece that is immune to Hydro damage and fires bubbles from afar, dealing Hydro damage to opponents in its AoE and trapping smaller opponents. However, it can only attack ground game pieces. These large elemental creatures are formed from condensed hydro energy dispersed throughout nature. Able to unleash bubbles to entrap their enemies, they are far more dangerous than ordinary slimes, making them well suited to serving as advanced elemental combat units. By analyzing their combat characteristics, commanders can develop more effective strategies for dealing with large elemental creatures. Ruin Guard. Melee, AoE, and Ambush. An elite melee game piece with exceptional staying power, this machine can use its arms and heavy stomps to deal AoE damage. It prioritizes attacking opposing pieces. A game piece based on a Ruin Guard. When an ancient humanoid war machine protected by ironclad armor that can be found all over Teyvat. The commanders of various nations often use them as the default hypothetical enemy and look for ways to destroy them from medium to long range. This is because their armor is impervious to conventional weaponry, so engaging them in close combat is a very bad idea. As a result, in this wargame, they have been used to simulate high-threat targets to assist commanders in developing tactics for attacking and defending against heavily armored units. That was interesting, for some reason. Helitrol Grenadiers. A ranged, barrier-breaking squad consisting of 2 Helitrol Grenadiers. They will aim at the closest game piece or installation, including wooden palisades, and throw bombs that deal AoE damage in a large area. Highly effective at destroying wooden palisades. Good to know. The primitive wandering inhabitants of Teyvat's wildernesses, they use pyro slimes as weapons to attack intruders. In contrast to the group combat strategy of Helitrol fighters, Helitrol Grenadiers specialize in throwing explosives, giving them the ability to inflict damage over wide areas and breach barricades. Commanders may be able to refine their own grasp of demolition tactics by analyzing their performance in combat. Sorry if you don't care about reading that stuff, but I love the little texts. So, I think from the last post, the last simulation, I realized that you should probably go for the enemies first before you hit the buildings. Ruin Guard is exceedingly tough. It will prioritize attacking opposing game pieces. Helitrol Grenadier will target the unit closest to itself, including wooden palisades, but it does immense damage to wooden palisades. I feel like I think I lost. I think I want to restart. I didn't realize that is what a wooden palisade is. I thought it was the houses. Oh, wait a second. I probably should do them all at the same time. This is really satisfying. I love this part of these simulation games because it's like no more stress. I think that's probably, oh, nice. I can do another one. Siege strategies. With the enemy's elite melee units defending a strategic stronghold, engaging them head-on might not be the best approach. Instead, focusing on their vulnerabilities by leveraging aerial and ranged attacks could provide an opening. Let's look at the intel. We have a cryospecter, a flying game piece that takes flight after being deployed and launches cryo-energy projectiles at single opponents from the air, immune to cryo damage, and prioritizes attacking opposing pieces. A monster born from highly concentrated cryo elements that can float in the air. As a relatively compact and resilient flying monster, specters have long been considered the touchstone for anti-aerial defensive capabilities by armies of various nations. The results of attacking them with ordinary bows are far from ideal, and the mobility of more powerful ballistae cannons is quite limited. Perhaps a highly mobile firing platform with significant firepower is required to deal with them. And the new one is, there's also this one, sturdy low wall. Okay, this is a palisade. I didn't know that. An unbreachable obstacle that cannot be destroyed and designed to impede enemy movements or restrict their path of advance. A sturdy low wall that represents an unbreachable obstacle used to obstruct the attacking force's advance. Though they may be indestructible, the high cost of unbreachable obstacles severely limits their availability. For the defending commander, optimizing the use of such a valuable yet limited resource poses a critical tactical dilemma. Fast Arm Lava Trail. An elite melee game piece with relatively powerful ground combat capabilities. However, it can only attack nearby ground game pieces. A mysterious lord of hilly trails that stalks the snow and fog. Its body, honed to the very limit, almost seems to blend into its cryo-filled environment, and its stoic nobility is like that of the frozen Northland rivers. Thanks to its formidable physique and sturdy frost arm lava trails exert overwhelming pressure in close combat. Analyzing the combat behavior of these frost arm lava trail game pieces can significantly enhance a commander's ability to direct and counter powerful units. I feel like I haven't, that's like new information. A lot of this is. And I feel like it's because maybe because of the Hunt faction Creatures of the Wild Hunt or something from the Nod Cry teaser. I might be wrong. I feel like I pay decent attention to the lore, but I don't know. Frost Arm Lava Trail has immense ground combat capability, but can only attack nearby ground game pieces, and the Cryospectre, airborne game piece that fires cryo energy shots from the air at a single component, prioritizes attacking game pieces. Okay. So I want this guy. Okay, now, oh wait, oh, that was not part of the plan. My phone. Studies in momentum. The power of an army, much like the force of momentum in physics, is the product of mass times velocity. To secure a swift and decisive victory, one must bypass slow-moving opponents and strike with unstoppable force. We have a Suppression Specialist Mech Uza, an elite ranged game piece that fires multiple homing missiles from afar, dealing power damage to a single enemy. However, it can only actively attack airborne game pieces when there are no more opposing airborne game pieces within its attack range, and it is attacked in melee, it will counterattack. A specialist clockwork mecha adapted from the Cal Sherbius type. They are primarily designed for offensive purposes. Outside of Fontaine, they can use pre-prepared energy blocks to move over short distances for short periods of time. As an autonomous weapon of similar size to ordinary human soldiers, the dimensions and offensive capabilities of this mecha have reached a certain balance, making it easier to deploy, move, and conceal. The combination of formidable ranged firepower and robust armor allows it to manifest significant offensive and defensive capabilities at the same time, and it is thus rated as a pillar of the battlefield. And we have 2. Eroding Avatar of Lava, a melee barrier-breaking game piece, very effective at destroying wooden palisades. When moving, it will prioritize moving toward the opposing core node, attacking all game pieces and installations in its path, including wooden palisades. A strange monster that needs to constantly absorb thermal energies to survive. Due to its lack of intelligence, its movements are straightforward and it always opts for the shortest route. Simulating and analyzing its behavior in combat can help commanders refine their strategies for deploying cumbersome war machines with limited maneuverability. Electrosistons. A flying squad consisting of 5 electrosistons that takes flight after being deployed and launches electroparticles at enemies from the air. A very small creature that can manipulate electro a little bit. Its strength isn't anything to write home about, but under certain conditions it can exert considerable power. Thanks to its compact dimensions and ability to fly beneath the treetops, it is difficult to detect a Sisson, making early warning difficult. When conducting raids, they are often nearly on the top of their targets before they are discovered, by which point it's far too late to organize a defense. For this reason, using groups of Sissons as a hypothetical enemy is an effective way of testing a commander's ability to deal with groups of small, agile targets. Gosh, I'm tired. This one cannot target flying, and this one prioritizes flying. Perfect. What do I want to do? Suppression Specialist Maguza can fire many homing rounds at a distance, dealing power damage to a single opponent, but they can only actively attack airborne game pieces. When there are no more opposing airborne game pieces within its attack range, it is attack melee or counterattack. Okay. I feel like these ones can go here. Who's hurting me? Is anyone hurting me? I wanted to target that thingy. I don't want to target that thing. I want to target the enemies. I think I'm gonna lose. Oh, this guy's AoE. Let's see who wins. Oh no. Oh, that was close. And, okay, thank God. I was getting tired of reading. I think there was another mode. Please Please don't be co-op. Please don't be another mode. I feel like I would actually get my butt kicked. Okay, the next stuff is in the coming days. So the goal for today is to finish, oh my gosh, another event, is to finish this event, which has been released for a while now, but I still haven't gotten to it. And I'm gonna try and finish it all in one night. I think I'm gonna hate it. I think this is a combat event, but whatever, we have to do it. Operation Downpour Simulation. No, this is the fun event. Maybe, I'm not sure. Wait, I already did some of this. I already did this. I forgot. It's been like 5 days, which is not that long, but to me it feels like forever. My bad. Let me just do it. I already started it, no? Wait, no I didn't. Oh my gosh. My memory is really bad. Okay. Operation Downpour Simulation. In a corner of the Court of Fontaine, Tirena and Engine, members of the special... Wait, no, I did do this. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. That was really... I'm concerned for my brain. Yeah, I remember this. I'm not insane, I remember it. There is a co-op portion that has unlocked, and I really hope that everyone who is playing this game late is kind of stupid like me, and so I have an easy time playing through it. But I'm going to finish the presets first. A tactician's breastplate. A well-informed commander, like a soldier clad in heavy armor, holds the upper hand in any engagement. Leverage the available intel, strike where the enemy is weakest, and turn your advantage into a triumphant victory. Who's new? Is this guy new? Is this guy new? This is new. Shackling Mine. When an opponent passes by, this mechanism will explode, imprisoning one of the opponents hit for a period of time. After the duration of the imprisonment ends, this mechanism will be destroyed. An improved defensive mechanism based upon existing proven designs that can be used as a type of trap, effectively blocking the enemy's advance and buying precious time. Okay, whatever. I feel like there's like no possible way. Okay, there is a way to lose, but I think I'm smart enough to not lose. One opponent will be shackled by it. Large hydro slime can fire bubbles from afar, but it can only attack ground game pieces. I feel like I have to. Well, I feel like okay, yeah, that was super fucking easy because I'm actually not stupid. To the trenches! Fortifications and traps will often stop a full frontal assault in its tracks. Instead, employing methods such as demolition and tunneling can help open up new avenues of attack, enabling you to strike directly where the enemy is most vulnerable. Anti-personnel mine. When an opponent passes by, including flying, this mechanism will explode, dealing AoE pyro. An improved defensive mechanism based upon existing proven designs that can be placed at fixed locations, ambushing enemies with an explosion that thwarts their assaults, helping your forces gain local superiority. Hydro Mimic Finch. Melee, immune to Hydro. When defeated, will unleash a shockwave that deals AoE Hydro. This damage is less effective against wooden palisades. A game piece based on a Hydro Mimic Finch. a hydromimic creature created by the concentrated life force of oceanids. Their pure hydro-elemental body structure and area of effect hydro attacks are both highly worthy of study, for any force that can effectively resist hydro-mimic finches can fend off other creatures with devastating offensive capabilities and maintain the integrity of their defensive line. Oh, how I love the oceanids. Shockwave, AoE Pyro, blah blah blah. I feel like the best way is to target this. Wait, that's not what I wanted to target, but oh no, my poor bird. Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't mean to drop it there, but I guess it's fine. It's all up to you, little guy. Grand armies. Flexible and adaptable formations can provide a tactical advantage in battle, but as an army grows in size, adjusting formations becomes increasingly difficult. During formal drills, therefore, a commander's first priority is to master the ability to maneuver large forces. Sure. I genuinely don't know how to start. That was bad. What is the strategy? Immune to hydro. Ranged. Burning zone. Melee piece with exceptional staying power can use its arm to deal ranged. Okay. I would theoretically, I would like to, that's not what I meant to do at all. No, my Sama churls. Hell yeah. Let me just get my award. More firepower, fewer casualties. Though they may seem daunting, even complex systems of defense will eventually crumble under a barrage of overwhelming firepower. A common offensive tactic is to use melee game pieces to provoke a defensive response, then to concentrate firepower on the defenders to inflict maximum damage. Okay. Melee to provoke defense, then concentrate firepower on defenders. Okay. Whatever that means. I think starting here is fine. No, all in one blow, I feel. That was all in one blow. Maybe I should target them in the middle, but I genuinely feel like will they get me in time? Nah. Wait, all of mine died. Oh, you know what? I see. I didn't even notice the little palisade on the top left. Oh God. Use the Electro-Summertrol's range firepower to bypass obstacles and take down... I see. I would never figure that out. Maybe after like 5 tries, I don't know. Like mountain raindrops, the enemy has concealed their key defensive units behind multiple layers of fortification. Striking these critical targets with pinpoint accuracy from an unexpected angle could create a favorable opening for our follow-up forces to exploit. Whatever, we'll try it once. We'll fail, we'll see the hint. Oh, all in one go. Dude. Oh no. This is gonna take forever, huh? Okay, just relax. Like peeling an onion. With multiple layers of obstacles and countermeasures in place, the enemy intends to launch targeted strikes against us. However, just like peeling an onion, if we can dismantle their defenses layer by layer while steadily pushing forward, then victory shall be ours. Let's try. I don't know, I don't even have strategies going into this anymore. Okay. So... I think the best way to do it is literally from... Like creating bombs is probably the best way to do it, huh? Okay, let me fail and then they'll tell me how to beat it. Oh fuck. I need one more. Sacrifice. Protected by their many layers of armor, ruined guards can soak up damage from concealed mines and traps, clearing the way for other game pieces. So true. I guess I can do that. But it feels silly to use it up here. All of them died at the same time. That's crazy. a sheet for this one. Wait, let me look at the cheat. Okay, I'm literally gonna follow the Genshin guide word for word because I don't want to think at all. That was close, and that was nothing like how the Genshin tutorial ended up being like, but whatever. Dispersing the morning mist, amidst the dense fog of war, the die has been cast, and our plans set in stone. Now as it clears, launch a fierce assault on the enemy stronghold, and emerge as the final victor. No. Okay. I feel like I should target these thingies, those robots. But I don't know how. I mostly want to get rid of this guys. Yeah, except for that bitch. So whatever, we'll do it like that. Holy crap, that was close. I didn't think I'd be able to do it, but I did it. Okay, what is this confrontation scenario? Fuck! You need 5,000 points. The fuck? Okay, I'm gonna do it all because I can and I want to just finish this shit up. Okay. Did she move? Did engine move? I don't remember because it's been so long, but I feel like this is new text. But in case it's not, I'm not gonna read it. Oh, that was new text. Fuck! I hate my life. Okay, confrontation. Before you can engage in confrontation scenarios, you must first deploy your defensive lineup. While deploying them, you can select a formation and then deploy your defensive game pieces and installations onto selected positions. Once that is done, you can select your offensive lineup and you can start PvP matchmaking. Once you are successfully matched, the two sides will attack the opposing defensive lineup with their pieces. The side that makes greater offensive progress than them, blah blah blah. During confrontation scenarios, trap devices deployed by both sides will be hidden. Use various means to protect the positions of your opponent's traps when you attack. Sure. I think... Jeez. This is way too many... I think there definitely has to be one of these guys in the middle. And there has to be these guys guarding it. Hell yeah. And you know what? That's probably a stupid decision. I need a barrier. Just let him loose. I think that's fine. Just kidding. There. Whatever. I'm scared. I don't think this is in real time, which is nice. I don't have any proof for whatever I said. Why can't I only do that one? That's insane. Oh, I think it is in real time, but they're playing my field and I'm playing theirs. That's interesting. Okay, so far so good. Just need to win 2 more times. At least I won once. Like, it always sucks when you're so bad at co-op that you can't even win a single game and you don't know what it's like. I felt that way during Wind Trace. I don't really like Wind Trace, unfortunately. Wait, why are there 5 stars? Also, you have to be fast to move and put your pieces down. And you should use all of them up as soon as possible. I didn't realize that. Wow. Wait, why is this guy so good? Now I see why the traps are so OP. Because it stalls. Oh yeah, hell yeah. That was close though. Should I just try and get all the way to 5 stars? We'll see. I do feel like they do probably like, not AI, but like intelligence ranking, where if you win too much, they put you in like the better player bracket and then you lose. That's probably how they do it, unfortunately. So, you know what? I'm not gonna get the stars because I don't really care. Unless I win this one, then I might try and go for the star. Wait, did my rune bar already die? Jesus. Oh wait, I think I'm gonna lose. I feel like I might die, but the other dude is stuck at 15%. Fuck. 55. Fuck. If he one-shots me, it's over. Oh! Fuck. That's crazy. Wait, I won? No way. I think I don't really give a shit. I kind of want to know, like, if I get 5 stars, will it, like, change color or something special? But based on previous events, I don't really think so. I mean, they do have that, like, special, like, not platinum, but, like, it's like a pinkish color tier after gold or whatever, the official highest tier. So maybe there's something special, but I value my time in my life, and I think that is it for this event. If I had more time, I might have finished it, but there's just so much going on. I'm curious about okay, I guess there's no trials for every Chronicle Wish character. The last thing I want to do is have been some birthdays, just Yunjin and official Yunjin, okay. And I just want to read it, but if you're not interested, just go away. New land, new sensations. Dear friend, have you heard? Xinyan is now holding concerts in Fontaine. Truly a praiseworthy milestone. I have been loath to miss even one of her performances, so I've entrusted the stage to Yuning. In the meantime, I spent the past few days in Fontaine, a restful and inspiring time in equal measure. This birthday celebration in a foreign land will surely be filled with new experiences, not to mention a chance to spend time with old friends, both Jinyan and you, of course. Shall I host us for the day? We can gather at Hotel de Bourg. I have heard delightful accounts of a local beverage called Fanta, and can imagine no finer setting or company in which to enjoy it. The cadence of the sacred odes. The day of destiny is upon us. Hark! Betwixt this realm and those beyond, upon the hallowed throne of the Immernachtreich, ring the sacred odes of the Kaiser und Kaiserin der Ertelung, echoing with the harmony of august ambition. In the name of the Prinzessin, suzerain over 3,000 fates, I extend you my grace, O traveler, who strides the paths of providence. Heed the covenant call of song, and offer up thy words of praise to your Prinzessin. The threads of causality now point toward the prescribed paradise, the scattered Evernight realm. In the wake of remnant hymns, bear witness to the night raven as he brings forth the candle flame of finality. All fervent souls shall find favor in this feast of eternal night. Okay, that was a mouthful.